2. If you never worked out on a gymnastics ring before, you might feel that it is a bit intimidating. At least that's what I thought a few years ago before purchasing it. So about 5 months ago, I purchased a gymnastics ring because I like the idea of muscle up on it. I tried it in the past, but I had no luck doing it. So I bought it so I could practice whenever I want or whenever I can. That being said, I also needed to work on my planche, my handstand push-up, among other things. And while I've been using the rings for progressive techniques, but I never consistently used them, and probably used them not more than a few days after purchasing them, which is bad. I didn't forget about them, I just had other priorities I needed to work on. Now I decided to shift back my focus to the ring because the desire to muscle up on the ring has returned, and I'm gonna use the video guide from Calisthenicmovement from a perspective of a beginner. Now in the several days after I purchased the gymnastics ring, I've been doing some exercise on my own, and after seeing the exercises on the video guide, I found a lot of correlation between their exercise and my own. Now I do completely agree with Alex when he said that gymnastics ring alongside TRX, in my opinion, it is one of the most portable equipment to bring around, and you can do so much from them. And based on that video, there's 5 levels in the guide itself. Level 1 was not as difficult, especially if you're experienced on the bar. And just like the bar, intuitively, if you want to do a pull-up, you first have to learn how to hang from a bar. And just like the bar, if you want to learn how to do stuff on the gymnastics ring, you first have to learn how to hang from them or on top of them. However, the ring turnout was not easy at all. Because the ring is uniquely in itself, it is extremely unstable. If you never tried on a ring before, you will find yourself shaking a whole lot at first. It is extremely satisfying once you get it down under control. The knee raise is not something too difficult in my opinion. If you have experience on the bar, like I said earlier, you will have no problem doing it on the ring as well. On level 2, I find it much more challenging because I had to recruit more stabilization muscle, especially on the abdominal or the core, to keep myself balanced from the beginning of the movement to the end. I feel like the levels in the video guide itself doesn't necessarily mean it is more difficult as you go along, because just with level 2 and 3 alone, with maximum difficulty, it is as difficult, if not more, than level 5. That's just my opinion. Your experience may vary, however. In level 3, I find staying on top of the bar slightly more difficult because I had to keep myself balanced while in motion, and I was consistently shaking, especially during the leg raise. But after a while, I was able to get it under control, sort of, and reduce the shaking to a minimum. Now in level 4, muscle up is where I struggle the most. Not the grip itself, but the transition from below the bar to on top of the bar, because the control and weight shift is slightly different that of a bar. On a bar, it is much more grounded. No, it is grounded and stable. On the ring, it is not. That being said, the grip itself is also something to get used to, and you'll feel the muscle right here and there on the forearm will start to hurt a whole lot. But once you get used to it, with practice, it won't be much of a problem once your forearm becomes much stronger. On level 5, I find this level much easier because I could do front lever and a bit of back lever on the bar. But even if I don't, I reckon it'll be good as a regression or a progression to the lever movement or lever. Pro tip, when you advance to this level, level 5, make sure your shoulders are properly warmed up and ready for the full mobility of the movement. Now just after trying out the basics, I feel like you can do so much from them, so many other techniques you can build upon them. Like using just one ring, for instance, if you're trying to build strength for a one-arm pull-up. And the possibility is limited by imaginations. But always remember to take calculated risks and not being reckless. Well, that's my experience and a perspective coming from a beginner. If you're still on the fence about whether to buy the gymnastics ring or not, I hope this video helps because it will bring your workout to another level. I know it did for me and I believe it will do for you as well. I feel like the gymnastics ring is definitely a great lifetime investment, especially if you're traveling a whole lot or just someone who doesn't like to miss their workout, especially if you're on a vacation. Now if you're watching this calisthenic movement, please keep doing the work. I love the video guide. It is super easy to learn and easy to understand, easy to digest, and it was incredibly helpful and super inspiring.